So this is the Strathcona Community Center, and we just had an interview with the Director of Recreation.
For a visit. So the main caregiver may only see his family 4 or 5 times a year, at the most. So that's unfortunately that's another interesting stat is that the children that we work with, 62% come from single-parent homes, mainly because the other parent is either up country or in another part of the world where they can find a job that was. Please, yeah. And so that was that, and so what they do is they're back in another country to sustain their family. Another thing, as I mentioned to you about the gross family income, 23 to 25,000, and that is really not documented actually how much money actually stays in the home, because there are, on the other hand, there are any disposable income is sent overseas to members or relatives that are even less fortunate than them. So we are living in a very working poor community. The V6A postal code is the poorest in the country. In fact, it's on par with, I believe, Manitoba in Canada. Child poverty. Our province has the highest number of children living in poverty. But we're looking at 130,000, and a lot of them are living in this community. So when I say we're a recreation center, we also provide social service programs, food security programs. We go beyond what recreation center people do on that. We deal also with health and health issues. Adjacent to our facility is a dental clinic. So in other words, families, children, seniors in this community have access to dental. We work with nurse practitioners, we work with health nurses, we work with Vancouver Coastal Health on a regular basis on that, and they come and do ongoing visitations on that, and to help us deal with health issues as we arise or as we find.
And also, I was looking online. You guys offer this leadership program?
Yes. You mean with children, young people?
Yes.
Yeah. We find that in our community that, and as I mentioned, because the fact is that there's when you have single-parent homes, you probably find that the mom is working, so it means that the eldest sibling is the one that takes on the role as a father or the mother, takes care of the younger sibling, becomes a decision maker in the home. So when we do a leadership program, one is to provide them with skills to be responsible to their younger siblings, but the most important thing we do with leadership is make them responsible for their community. We want them to care for themselves, we want them to care for others, and we want them to care for their community and put something back into the community. And that's what the leadership program is all about. We teach them skills, we teach them social skills on how to interact, on how to communicate, skills like how to apply for work, how to write a resume, do public speaking. We offer young people that opportunity to grow and to become community leaders. And that's what we call it, leadership. We actually have a grade 4 or 5 mentorship where grade 7s will mentor the younger ones. And then we have grade 6, 7 leadership, grade 8 leadership, grade 9 leadership, and then grade 10 to 12 is called Youth Council. And all these kids, and these kids go from one program up to the other. And we do things like camping, we do sleepovers, and we do, but it seems like a lot of fun, but we also do things like social games, social activities, and their commitment to is that they help with after-school programs for younger children. They help with seasonal special events like Halloween carnivals, Easter carnivals, and that. They do community cleanups, like they'll go and clean up the neighborhood. So so the leadership program is ongoing, and if any community issues come up, like flyer delivery or just some sort of thing like community needs, that's what the kids do. If there's any major community festival or special event, they're usually there to help set up, clean up, take tickets or whatever. So that's a big part. Now with the adults, we do the Learning for Literacy program. We had a grant in 2002 that was cut, and that was adult literacy program, or pre-employment. It was a pre-employment literacy program. We used to be able to offer to our adults survival English, or just to help them develop the literacy skills, as I mentioned, to be able to qualify for pre-employment training. That was cut. So through Capilano College and the Capilano University, and the library and ourselves, we do the Learning Through Literacy program, which is where we have about as many as 30 adults. It's interesting, mostly women, and 30 adults. And what we do is we do language. We do language programs where we go through the newspaper, we discuss world events, we help them fill out forms and that. They'll bring. Well, the people that I work with, not on my own staff and my own instructors, our association is made up of community volunteers who have jobs. The people that put on that do a lot of cooking and they help serve and that, these are all volunteers. I won't call them activists. I would call them people that really care about their community, want the best for their children and that. So I would call them more supporters. And the problem with our community is that we're a very nice community, and we aren't politically that savvy, and we don't like to push buttons or raise a fuss and that. And unfortunately, because we don't raise a fuss and that, a lot of times when it comes to funding or that, our community is overlooked. So what we are doing right now with our food security program is we want to try to get people to recognize our programs. So and through UBC, I work with the food and nutrition program, and we work with the Vancouver Learning Exchange, and have the Trek students come in. We have the varsity athletes come in and read to our children. So UBC Sauder School Business has helped us with our working plan for our food programs. So we really do get a lot of support from the University of British Columbia, which is why I don't hesitate to spend the time and talk about our programs, especially to UBC students that are doing a project.
Great. I think that's all the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.